Here are the top exercises for beginner painters. It's going to be so easy once you get going and actually painting. What I want everyone to do is have fun. That's number one. Just have fun. Have fun when you're actually painting. And once you have fun and once you understand some of the basics in terms of actually painting, then you are going to make a painting that's going to be unbelievable. You have to understand, the more painting that you do, the better. And once you actually understand how to paint, once you understand all the basics of painting, then you are going to be so amazed at what you can possibly do. Here's an Elvis painting that I made pretty recently. Some of the ears a little bit off. I have to work on that a little bit. But aside from that, you can pretty much see that painting, as long as you kind of understand basics, the basics of painting, then you'll be okay. Now, here are some of the exercises that you could do to get a lot better at painting. The value scale and the grayscale exercise. This is by far the number one must do. All right? Paint a smooth value scale from white to black, one color. You could do black and white. Okay, just make it really easy. So this painting right here is, you could tell it's pretty much like the whites, the blacks, and of course some of the skin tones are a lot different, but than just the whites and blacks. But I wanted to limit it as much as possible so I could talk about this painting on this channel for you guys to kind of understand where I'm coming from. You don't need that many colors. You can kind of limit your palette a little bit. Squeeze the white and black for a more of like a burnt umber, and you can mix kind of some of the shading, and you can kind of mix some of the paints, and you can also like try to understand some of the skin tones a lot better to try to understand like where and how I made this painting to begin with. I'm going to explain that a little bit more. Okay? The color mixing, right? Some of the color mixing, like some of the blacks right here. This is what I'm talking about with the burnt umber. You can kind of tell some of the burnt umber right here, and also the oranges. I want to kind of break this down a lot. Simple terms here. Okay? The blacks and the whites, okay, and also the burnt umbers, you can all tell are in some of the hair and some of the jacket areas. Now, this is where the exercise comes in. That's kind of simple. Try to do that as much as possible. Try to get some of the look. Maybe not in the Elvis Presley, but whatever you're painting. Try to understand the look a little bit better here. And then you can also try to understand some of the skin tones. The second kind of exercise I wanted to kind of get at here. Understanding the hair, some of where the jackets are if you're doing a portrait. And then try to really understand how I got this look. You can use oranges, you can use whites, you can use reds as well. You can see some of the reds right here along the eye line, and also that's a little bit of the burnt sienna. That's the burnt sienna right here that I kind of used, as well as here's the whites. You can kind of tell. Just open that up a little bit. This is all acrylic. This was done, however, in oil. If you're understanding oil a lot better, I think I may have combined some acrylic with this, but nothing crazy. This was more of like an oil painting, actually. So that's something you have to keep in mind if you're going to try to do something like this, is to really understand like how that was applied. Okay, try to understand how the mixing is done. That's something that you kind of have to go and kind of go toward. I might start offering classes, like some one-on-one classes as to how I sort of did that. Link will be in the comments for that if you guys are interested. If you guys are interested, just leave a comment. I could possibly offer some of those. But some of the brush strokes and some of the technique drills, like practice basic marks on a scrap paper or like a page. I have some. I think I actually have some pages over here. I don't know if I could find it for this video, but because I kind of want to just move on. But try to get it, like try to do some things that are timed. Like some great timing things you could do are like, how fast can I make a painting like an Elvis painting, or how fast can I make? Sometimes I actually time myself all the time. Sometimes if I am on a deadline and I want to get a painting done, I sometimes time myself. Like, let me see if how what painting. I'm not saying I did this in 2 hours, but what if I could do a painting in 2 hours? And I try to see if I can do one in 2 hours and see how far I can go. After, of course, I do the drawing. The drawing takes some time. After the drawing, how fast can I do a painting? How fast, can I make something that's really cool? Can I do a simple landscape really quickly? What are the best brushes I can do? That's another exercise you could do. Like, what looks really cool? Like, what brushes are the best brushes that I could possibly do? And if I am able to use a brush, am I able to do some finger paints? Which, by the way, believe it or not, I actually did some finger painting on here. Nothing wrong with that. Who cares? It looks cool, right? As long as the painting looks cool, that's fine. And in fact, I'm not saying I did the entire thing in finger paint, but what I did was, if I tried to, if like one of the brushes wasn't working and I was kind of getting annoyed, then I kind of used my finger and I kind of like outlined some of where some of like the skin tones were, you know. But some of the brushes that I used were like right over here, and that's fine. It's one of those things where you can keep a secret as an artist, and as long as the painting looks awesome, there's nothing wrong with that. Picasso did this all the time. Do you think Picasso, like every single time he made a painting, it was just like, full on brushes or whatever? No, sometimes he kind of used his hands, sometimes he kind of used wedges and other like sorts of tools to make the painting as nice as possible. He's someone else who had deadlines. You ever see Midnight in Paris? Midnight in Paris, that dude was, doing paintings. He was like shoving out paintings as much as possible, and he wasn't getting as much money as he should have gotten for some of his paintings. Same thing goes with Basquiat. That guy got screwed when he was alive. Bonus quick wins. Monochrome. So you could do a monochrome painting. Do anything that you want when it comes to monochrome. You could do a pigeon. I love pigeons. Pigeons are so freaking cool. I love hawks also. Try to do something that is in your heart. If you want to do something like a Colorado scene, like mountains and shit, do that. Do that. Like, that's awesome. I freaking love Colorado. And I love Montana too. So if you want to do like a landscape, do that. Do whatever speaks to you. If you are someone who loves Elvis, do Elvis. Don't actually do Elvis. But do a painting of Elvis, okay? Like, do whatever it is that you really want to, accomplish when it comes to making art, making paintings, okay? Do a daily 15-minute warm-up, just like, get yourself kind of ready with one brush, and just think of all the progress, track the progress, all right? Take pictures of your artwork, like do 1 hour a day, whatever it is, whatever you're comfortable with, just do that. And track that progress, because you're going to make progress. Something that people don't understand. Believe me, when I first started, I think I may have mentioned this in this video. When I first started, I was not very good at painting. I did drawings. I wanted to be an architect, and I made like drawings of stadiums, and I made really cool like building designs and things. And I realized I wasn't very good at math. So what I did was I applied those skills, and I made, later on, of course, I made drawings that I could actually make into paintings, and that is awesome. That's, drawing is so underrated sometimes when it comes to actually like applying those skills and making drawings to paintings. It's so huge. So remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.